It's January 4th, and you know what that means. I'm Joe Rentham with my review, New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Kingdom 15 Night 1 event. And yeah, Wrestle Kingdom 14 was so successful being 2 nights, they decided, hey, we're not going to let a little thing like the pandemic stop us from doing another 2-night event in the Dome. Oh, crowd restrictions? You can't cheer? That's okay. We're going to have a really hot crowd, and we're going to let them stomp and clap and just, lend their energy to so many of the talents, and they're going to carry this show. And for the most part, they did. Now, there were some high points as far as matches. I also do have one criticism. I get it's their Starrcade, their Mania, their Super Bowl, but a few of the matches were twice as long as they needed to be. I'm sticking with that. And one particular match I think would have been a lot better had they trimmed off 10 minutes and done something a little bit different. But I'll talk about that, but let me know what you guys thought of Wrestle Kingdom 15 Night 1 in the comments. And I will say, as far as the end of the show, they better carry that into Night 2 and then New Year's Dash and beyond, because fucking hell, we need some goddamn positivity. We don't need to switch the title around again. Anyway, English commentary, Kevin Kelly, Chris Charlton, Rocky Romero joined for the main show and actually said the line, "It's January 4th, you know what that means." And Kevin Kelly is saying we're dedicating this to the memory of Brody Lee. That was a very nice touch. But the pre-show, it was a 21-man Rambo Rumble. I half expected somebody dressed like Sylvester Stallone to come out, as hilarious as that would have been. You can be eliminated by DQ, over the top rope, pinfall, submission, knockout, and it's a rumble. Basically, it's, timed intervals of 60 seconds, and Chase Owens and Tomohiro Ishii start off at 1 and 2. And I actually picked Owens, Ishii, Yano, and Yujiro to be the final four, because the final four were going to face off in the KOPW 2021 four-way match tomorrow. And that's going to be pretty interesting to see, because I actually got 2 of them right. And I actually didn't think I was going to get any of them right. But that was kind of cool. And then we get Suzuki at number 3. And we get a forearm battle with him and Ishii. And then we get Nagata at 4. And I love Nagata and I love Suzuki. It didn't seem like they really wanted to be part of this. And I don't blame them. As, sure, okay, they are in their early 50s. They can still go. And I would have liked to have seen them on the card, being able to slug it out. But it is what it is. Hanare gets in. This needs to at least be the start of a major push for Toa Hanare. I fucking love Toa Hanare, and he has really improved, and he's trained really goddamn hard, especially in 2020, when he couldn't be part of New Japan until World Tag League. And then we get number 6 is Goto. Hanare eliminates Suzuki and Nagata, who just keep forearming each other. And then we get Yujiro at 7. Hanare gets thrown out by Ishii. And we could get Hanare versus Ishii on, maybe one of the Road 2 shows between New Year's Dash and Newbie Game in Nagoya, I believe. I don't think it's in Sapporo. I believe it's in Nagoya this year. And, Hanare was even like, I'm going to keep my eye on him, but hey, I eliminated a couple guys. He is going to have a big year, and he really deserves it. Yoshihashi in number 8, Chase and Yujiro show unity. Same with Chaos. Makabe in at 9. Hey, he actually does stuff. He eliminates Goto and Yoshihashi. Hanma in at 10, and I cringe because Hanma's neck is not in good shape. Tenzan at number 11. It's funny, Tenzan competed at Starrcade 1995 against Randy Savage. That's how long he's been wrestling. I mean, Nagata and Suzuki have also been wrestling just as long, actually longer, but still, it's just kind of amazing to see the longevity. It proves that the touring schedule with New Japan actually lends to career longevity. Makabe gets eliminated. Romero in at 12. A surprise. They wonder why he hadn't joined commentary yet. Doki comes in at number 13. And man, he's just, displaying his pipe for everybody. Slamming his pipe around everybody. And then uses his lengthy pipe to get a DQ. Slamming it into a couple people's throats. What am I even on about anymore? And then shows in at number 14. Bushi in at 15. And he gets tossed out through the, top and middle rope. After eliminating Yujiro, Tiger Mask in at number 16 apparently had diverticulitis. Tremendous to see him back. Fale in at number 17. His knees are shot. Fucking shot. Fale should not be in a lot of matches. Like, put him in multi-man matches. He's going to be done in the next couple years. He can lose all the weight he wants. He's fucking done. His body is breaking down. Gabriel Kidd in at 18. Hanma gets eliminated. We get Kid and Bushi going at it because Bushi's like, hey, I'm just going to stay out here and find a way to get to the final 4. Smart strategy. Then Tenzan gets eliminated. We get Yugi Gamura and Rocky Romero gets eliminated. Then Sho. Tiger Mask is out. Yota Tsuji in at 20. And Yano is the final entrant because he was the KOPW 2020 winner. And then by the time he gets to the ring, basically it's Chase and Foley in the ring, and then Bushi because because everybody gets taught, the young lions gets tossed out. So okay, suddenly we just have that, and Yano's like, I didn't have to do anything, hooray! And then ends the Rumble. So there we go. We get a break till the card, and then we get Japanese Dr. Wily, apparently fake Don King. Apparently he's a singer. I don't know. I don't know anything about Japanese singing. Sorry, I don't. And here's Ricky Choshu, a very famous wrestling legend who tough as hell. I mean, seriously, fucking tough as hell. Go back and watch a lot of his matches, like even from like the early to mid 90s, like when he was slowing down, he could still fucking go. He had a baby who I assume was his grandson. That kid looked fucking terrified, and that was stupid. Who ever cleared that to have that kid go out there? That kid was terrified by the lights and everything. He probably wanted to take a goddamn nap, as we all do, regardless of what age we are. But that kid was terrified, and yeah, this was awkward as fuck. Now, Ricky got a chance to cut a promo, and it's a good thing Chris Charlton was there to do translations because I don't speak Japanese. But this was what it was. It was just a bit strange. And then Rocky does It's January 4th, you know what that means line. Kevin Kelly does the tribute to Brody Lee. And then we get ELP, El Phantasmo versus Hiromu Takahashi. The winner faces, Taiji Ishimori tomorrow. I gotta be honest, this match had its moments. I think that maybe my expectations were a little bit higher. I thought that they had good moments and they had, some really, really good, offense. Hiromu apparently wore a blanket for it. Apparently he just woke up out of bed and says, okay, I'm just going to wear this giant comforter. That's a hell of a goddamn coat. But it looked like a big comforter. And ELP just being a fantastic fucking dick. And I mean that in the most praiseworthy way possible. Shotgun dropkick and die by Hiromu because Hiromu does not wish to live past maybe 35. And he just does a quick start. Sunset bomb outside and Hiromu hitting the mat. A lot of mat hitting tonight. Moonsault by ELP seemed to hurt his ankle, and that did affect him from here on, and that's not knocking the guy. He did mock Omega, which was really goddamn nice. By the way, ELP, I'll take an ELP match over a Kenny Omega match because I think ELP can actually wrestle. But anyway, Jericho, and he mocks Jericho and others, like, come on, baby, and he does all that, and man, ELP's in shape, unlike Jericho, who hasn't been in shape for about 15 years. And then he attacks all four limbs and later does the rope walk. So maybe his ankle was just twisted a little bit. He's hopefully okay. But it seemed to like kind of affect a few of the spots. We get some weird counters. We get a ref bump. There were too many ref bumps. And I get it. There weren't too many that were like, oh, horrible distractions. This did lead to a low blow and a Styles Clash for two. He tried to hit the CR2 facebuster, but nope. Hiromu reverses, gets a roll, 1, 2, 3, and wins. And it was decent enough. This wasn't great, but it was good at parts. But I still think the pacing was a little bit off. Hiromu says that he may have broke his hand. Hopefully not. Guerrillas of Destiny versus Dangerous Tekkers IWGP Tag Team Championships. Guerrillas of Destiny, of course, Tama Tonga, Tangaloa, and Jado. Jado, who should not be doing anything at ringside anymore because he can't fucking move, versus Dangerous Tekkers, who are Zack Sabre Jr. and Taichi, and Doki was there. So we have Stick versus Pipe. And let me tell you right now, Doki got taken down by Jado. If you are getting taken down by Jado at this stage of his career, I don't care if he's got a kendo stick, you got a goddamn problem. Who could out-heal the other? Well, they pretty much just out-healed each other at different parts. There was a lot of fisting and choking action. Oh, Japan. Zack Sabre Jr. is a fucking glorious wrestler to watch. It is glorious to watch this man in the ring, is what I was trying to say. This guy's just so fucking good. He is so fucking goddamn good. I hope that if New Japan does bring a show to, Washington State at some point, if he's on the card, even if it's in 2022, I hope to see Zack Sabre Jr. wrestle, because the guy's a fucking treasure. He yells at one point like he's hammering both Guerrillas of Destiny. Fuck you! And he's just doing that. Move spamming. This was actually one of the better matches on the show. I would argue that this is one of the best tag matches I've seen in a while. We get a ref bump. There go the pants. But oh no, the Iska Iron Fingers get jammed in the Taichi, and then ape shit. 1, 2, 3, and new IWGP Tag Team Champions for the 7th time. Bullet Club standing tall here as opposed to the the previous match. But it was good stuff. And then a pre-taped Moxley promo. and he will face whoever the winner is of the U.S. title contract. So it's Kojima versus Kento. It's supposed to be Juice Robinson, but unfortunately he suffered I believe, a broken orbital bone. Best wishes to Juice Robinson in his recovery. He's got Tony Storm there to help him, so that's fucking great. But seriously, honestly, in all seriousness, I hope he does fucking recover. Tenzan at ringside, and can Kenta get arrested for beating up the elderly? I mean, it's an old Bobby Heenan line, but seriously, like, I get it, Tenzan was there, but he was there to maybe, counter anything from Bullet Club. And Kojima is still in incredible shape and can put on a decent match. This did not need to go 14 minutes. You should have cut it down by 5. You really should have. I get the point. They wanted to make it seem like Kojima had a chance. There was no goddamn way that Kojima was going to win. Stupid apron DDT. Fucking hated that. I mean, and I hate it just in general. Not because of Kojima. I just hate the apron bumps in general. Fucking sick of them. Briefcase attempt, but we get a ref bump. We get Lariat attempts, GTS 1, 2, 3. That's about it right there. It was what it was. We get Naito in a restaurant, and apparently it's a video game plug. Okay, cool, whatever. They're gonna have a mobile video game, which I don't play games on my phone. And then we get the Great Okan versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. Let me just say right now that I'm breaking this out to just say this. This is the biggest thumbs down I could possibly give this. The Great Okan fucking sucks. It's not that he's a bad athlete. This gimmick sucks. This is fucking terrible. This match fucking sucked. I didn't expect much from it. And yes, Tanahashi, his knees are shot. Absolutely shot. He is going to be done within 2 years. He has to be. He can't move all that well anymore. It's like he may have an iron will, and, credit to him, he can't fucking do it anymore. And this just wasn't good. The stupid shrieking when he does the chops and stuff like that. Okan, that is. Finally, high fly flow, times 2, 1, 2, 3. Don't ever put Tanahashi in a match like this again. Fucking hell, this was embarrassing. This was goddamn embarrassing to watch. But I just didn't care for it. Will Osprey with B. Priestley, her hair has its own postal code. Goddamn, I get it. I get it. She's part of this because of the whole Stardom thing. I get that. But she has to have some fucking personality of her own. She doesn't have any goddamn personality. And she is not connecting with the crowd at all. Sure, they're just getting used to her. I know they're trying to drive Will Osprey as a heel. And yes, it's Will Osprey versus Okada. And let me say that this match had many good moments in it. I want to give a big thumbs up to all of it. Unfortunately, B. Priestley fucking ruined a lot of it because she doesn't have the personality to pull this off. Sensational Sherry right now, who has been dead since 2007, is better than B. Priestley is as a manager now. You could have her and Weekend at Bernie's her, and guess what? She would do better than B. Priestley. I mean, seriously, I don't fucking get the appeal here. I know that they're doing the thing with the Stardom, and yes, Miho and Peter aren't there because, maybe they don't want to be there, or restrictions because of the pandemic. I'm not sure. But B. Priestley, regardless of Stardom, affiliation, she fucking brought this down. And it's Okada and Osprey, and however you feel about Osprey, however I feel about Osprey, he delivered here for the most part. I still feel he's trying a little bit too hard to be a heel, but that being said, they delivered some good stuff. He had a more deliberate style here. Okada, was getting distracted by B, and Red Shoes was having none of it. Like, go over there. What the fuck are you doing here, basically, is what he was saying. Of course, she says, I'm a lady. Yeah, okay, that's debatable. A lady with a goddamn, weave that's taking over her goddamn head. And, yeah, I don't know. The pacing was good enough. There was some good work. The outside action, we get a shotgun drop kick, and somebody said, remember when Will Osprey had a face, so I put up the Billy Idol song, but changed it to Os without a face. And now it's in your head. And then we get the table bump. I am the table. And that looked really fucking deadly. I hope everybody was okay. That looked fucking deadly. Okada was cut up big time. And then we get, and I had to write down a bunch of notes. I had a lot of shit to write down. Tombstone on the apron by Okada. Once again, the apron bumps fucking Y. Money clip. B then gets knocked down. Good. Get her the fuck out of here. She doesn't fucking belong. Oh, if you want to get Osprey over, you can have him as a hated heel. Hate to say it, she ain't adding shit to it. And then to the ropes, Okada slaps him down, kicks him. We get Spanish fly off the top later. That was really good stuff. Os cutter for 2 after a counter. Ref bump, no DQ, of course, because ref just gets shoved down. Spinning Rainmaker. And then later a tombstone to Okada. So Will was taking some of the moves that he had learned from being in Chaos, and that was some good storytelling. Rainmaker by Osprey. That was some good stuff. They were, the closing segment, the closing like sequence of moves for the last few minutes was really goddamn good. And then finally, Okada's like, okay, money clip isn't working. Let me break out the Rainmaker. 1, 2, 3. I was a bit surprised that Osprey didn't win. I was a bit surprised. I'm not upset. I like Okada a hell of a lot more than Osprey, but I just figured with this new heel, they were going to, this newly heel Osprey, they were going to give him the victory. The Empire is, 0 for 2. So I'm guessing Jeff Cobb makes it 1 for 3. Because if he makes it 0 for 3, then I guess they're just going to get rid of this goddamn stable. But yeah, this was really good stuff. It would have been better 25 if you had just taken B. Priestley out. She didn't need to fucking be there. Now, Tetsuya Naito versus Kodobushi, double championship match. IWGP Intercontinental and IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Yes, more of this. Jen, by the way, thank you for sending me this a couple years ago. I really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Hope all you are doing well. This match was uncomfortable at times. This is another one where I think I knew it was going to go a while. I knew it was going to go 35 to 40. And I think there were some points where it's like, okay, I understand they're taking a rest after they, threw each other on their necks a lot. Why do these guys hate their goddamn necks? That's exactly what I wrote down here, and I don't fucking get it. And I was nervous that they were going to have Naito win. They didn't have Naito win. Kodobushi won, and it really fucking surprised me. Kota landed on his neck on the floor, I think within 5 minutes, because Kota just hates his own neck. He wants to become God, but doesn't realize that, he is a mortal, and that mortals need their necks. And if anything in Immortals taught you, gods need their necks. And if you've seen that movie, I'm sorry, because it was a bit weird. Naito focused on, Ibushi kept coming back with a clothesline. Naito kept grinding down the neck and doing a lot of leg locks, just scissoring the neck. And no, that's not a euphemism. He really was destroying the neck. And then we get all the elbows. We get a Hurricanrana off the apron by Ibushi. That was fucking beautiful. That was great snap Hurricanrana. I mean, just trusting the fact, hey, I'm going to probably land on my head, but Naito, you're going with me. And that looked like it hurt. We get a Poison Rana off the top by Naito. Again, hating necks. Don't fucking get it. Too many moves to call on this. We get a few Destinos. We get 1 for 2. We get a Bastard Driver soon after. Ibushi gets 2. Or Ibushi actually doesn't cover there. Forearms aplenty. You get a powerbomb and a Kamigoye 1-2 kick out. Get some kickouts. Okay, this is when moves or finishers being kicked out of actually means something. And then we get a messy Destino, which is kind of nasty. 1, 2. And then we get another Kamigoye, but just for 2. What the fuck's going on? Valentia, it looks like Naito's going to get the victory. And Ibushi stops the second, or stops another Destino. And finally, third Kamigoye. 1, 2, 3. New double champion. Kodobushi once again putting up that C-Block trophy and everything. Really good shit. Don't fucking blow this tonight. Or, actually tonight/tomorrow, depending on your time zone. Don't fucking blow it. If you give it to Jay White, that's going to undo all this shit, and it's going to pretty much destroy Ibushi right there. We need to have Kodobushi as champion. Jay White, I don't think you need him as champion. I don't think he's going to draw as well. Kota can be a beacon of light, especially after how 2020 was a bit rough. It was a bit rough for everybody, to say the least. But Naito, presents him with both belts. It's all emotional. Jay shows up and says, well, I'm going to bring you back down like I always do. And that's the thing. Jay has been a good thorn in Ibushi's side. So overall, it was an enjoyable event. It had a lot of good moments. But I stand by my criticism. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.